both the government of India and the state governments remain the most important development agencies in the country. And therefore, it is important for any organization working for development and livelihood promotion to work with government.
We saw that in these areas, what all we are capable of and what are things which we will not be able to do. We kind of saw this institution, IGS, as a very reliable and competent partner, and we could see that their objectives and values matches with whatever we would like to achieve.
One way in which Basix helps government programs to reach citizens is through a network of so-called common service centers. These are outlets which are run by individual micro-entrepreneurs. They have a computer, a printer, and an internet connection, and they are authorized by the respective state government through Basix to provide a whole range of government services, all the way from Aadhaar identity cards to birth and death registration to application for various government entitlements, old age pension, disability pension, and also to get data on which government development schemes they are eligible for and to apply for those. All this happens without citizens, particularly rural people, having to run to district headquarters or state headquarters.
Common service centers, which actually also are a step towards e-governance. In Meghalaya, I have seen for myself that a lot of people don't need to come to the Deputy Commissioner's office. They can get a lot of things done at the CSCs. So they save time, they save money, and they save all the rigmarole of having to wait, which is really a great service.
One of the most common services is land title papers, which are necessary for applying for bank loans and also opening of bank accounts, as well as getting Aadhaar ID cards, which are increasingly necessary for getting any access to government programs. This old lady in Rajasthan has just finished applying for an old age pension, and you can see from the smile on her face that she is confident that she is going to get it.
लिया वो कोई कमी होता ना जो सारा कागज मंगवा लेते अर्नी का मान फायदो हो तो यो मान फायदो.
In 2004, Basix was invited by the Rajasthan government to establish the Rajasthan Mission on Livelihoods, RMOL.
Rajasthan Mission on Livelihood was the first livelihood mission in the country, and that was conceived by Basix.
So in 2009, the Basix Academy for Building Lifelong Employability was established. Be Able was the first organization to receive funding from the National Skill Development Corporation, then newly founded in 2010. Building awareness of city dwellers in the practice of segregating household waste and then organizing a chain to collect this on a reliable basis was something that Basix did as a pilot project of IGS for 5 years in and around Indore. Indore was declared as the cleanest city in India under the Swachh Bharat campaign.
As we have seen, Basix has played an important role in as the originator of a lot of ideas. I see three specific areas where we have worked together. One was the self-help movement of Andhra Pradesh. Basix had a big role to play for creating institutional systems for us. Now when we move forward, farmer producer organization is one concept where they have done a lot of work. It's a total supply chain management, removing middlemen from the system, a business model, that how to reduce your input cost, how to maximize your output, and how to add insurance to it. They bring whole lot of knowledge, innovation, technology from outside. They also bring experience and community management. Andhra Pradesh has got 150 mandals out of 660 mandals where there is an extreme poverty. So how do we work there? Organizations like Basix help us there.
Basix always believed that not only does it have to do on the ground, but it has to feed its lessons at the policy level so that government policies and government programs improve in their effectiveness. Basix has used its grassroots experience to analyze and improve policies and programs on subjects like rural and microcredit, microinsurance, financial inclusion, vocational training, and climate change.
The more you make women empowered, and that is what Basix is doing to a large extent, you are reaching out to the entire family. But if that income is going into the hands of the woman of the house, she is then at liberty to spend that on herself and on her children. What is 2,000 or 3,000 rupees income? Obviously, it will grow over time as she improves.
The role that they have played in the policy formulation in the country. I mean, Mr. Vijay Mahajan as member on the Rangarajan committee, on Mr. Raghuram Rajan's committee, has at constant intervals played a role in the policy formulation in this important space.
A free market didn't produce these very important social results.
We need both. We need our banking system to be prudential, but we also need it to be held accountable for providing financial services to a vast majority of India's population. Today, less than 1/3 of India's active economic producers have even a bank loan account.
From 2004 to 2014, I was a member of parliament. Mr. Mahajan made me see the dissonance between policy and possibilities. I think that's the most important part. Where our policies come from, our possibilities don't exist. And where Mahajanji makes out his possibilities is actually where policy should go. In some senses, I'm thankful you're not in the rut of making policies. You've impacted policies, which is a very different line. And the reason why you've been able to impact policies because you've shown possibilities before policies.
We have still a large part of the segment which is not having access to banking institutions, and I foresee even more important role which Basix is going to play in coming years.
It works at the invitation of organizations such as the United Nations Development Program, the United Nations Capital Development Fund, the International Fund for Agriculture Development, the World Bank and its affiliate, the IFC, and the Asian Development Bank. Among international agencies that Basix has worked with is the World Bank and its consultative group to assist the poor, where it chaired a consortium of 33 donor countries and 7 international foundations.
I am deeply proud of this wonderful institution that has not only given our country some of the best programs that were seeded on the ground, but then scaled up to a level where they started making a difference in the lives of so many people across this country.